Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel Destiny Moon Tarot, and welcome to today's reading. Today's reading is a collective reading, which means that there's just one message for everyone tuning into this reading. There aren't any groups for you to choose from. I was just feeling called to doing a collective reading. It's something that I started doing this year and I just really enjoyed them. So, yeah, I thought today we can do a collective reading for what your higher self wants to let you know, or what message your higher self has for you. So, like I said, there are no groups for you to choose from today. This is just one reading, and yeah, I'm just gonna take my time and give you as many messages I possibly can. And all you have to do is sit back and relax, and let's get started with your reading. So let's find out what your higher self would like to tell you right now. Let's see what messages your higher self has for you. Please take it as it resonates. If it resonates, only then take those messages. If it doesn't, then don't fixate on those messages, and definitely don't, um, you know, overthink about the messages that don't seem natural or fitting for you at the moment. Okay, so first up, we have House 9, Spiritual Growth. We have the South Node, Destined to Release. And we have Square, a challenging situation and a mountain to climb. Okay, so I feel like your higher self has had a bit of a spiritual awakening. Your higher self is coming through and letting you know that basically you guys on your spiritual journey have definitely come a long way, and you might still have a long way to go. Okay, and this journey, this route could be one that brings up challenging situations every now and then, might bring up obstacles every now and then, but your spiritual growth is developed to a point where you will be able to deal with those challenging situations and those obstacles with ease. Okay, so difficulty basically in your life is not something that you're meant to be scared of or you're meant to dread at all, because your higher self wants you to know that any issues that ever crop up in your life, you will be able to deal with them because of your spiritual growth, because of your spiritual journey, because of your spirituality. Okay, now a lot of people differ in their spirituality. Okay, for some people it means being more religious. For some people it means just believing in a higher power. For some people it means just being able to regulate your own emotions and your own thoughts. For some people it means being able to, you know um, co-create your reality with a higher power, with the universe. So yeah, your spiritual journey, your spiritual beliefs could differ, but whatever issues crop up in your life, your higher self wants you to know that you can deal with them if you just depend on your spiritual growth, if you just depend on your spirituality. So that's something that your higher self wants you to pay attention to. Okay, they want you to practice good spiritual hygiene. They want you to become more spiritual. If some of you are into meditation but you haven't meditated in a while, or you haven't indulged in your spiritual practices on a daily basis, if you've been slacking with that habit, then they want you to kind of get back on track again and try to bring yourself to do these spiritual practices either every day or as regularly as you possibly can. And I feel like your higher self is also letting you know that this spiritual growth, this spiritual like development, is a journey that has helped you release a lot of things. So any like wounds, any uh past traumas, any limiting beliefs that you either have or have had and are struggling to kind of leave behind, just know that your higher self has already reached a point where you have already released these things. And that has been possible because of your spiritual journey, because of your spiritual practices. So a message here is essentially for you to not give up hope and to not give up on your spiritual journey, because it is essentially helping you release the things that you're meant to release. If it's something that you're struggling with at the moment, the message here is to just not um, be disheartened by it. Instead, just go with the flow, just trust the process, just don't give up hope, and know that you're meant to release this thing in divine timing, and you will. Okay, you will. There will come a point where you just wouldn't want to carry on that same way ever again. An example of this could be, say you've been in like a 6 year long situationship, okay, and a lot of red flags have cropped up, and a lot of opportunities have cropped up for you to realize that this person is no longer good for you, and to step out of that situationship. But for some reason maybe you weren't able to, or you couldn't bring yourself to doing that, right? But I think like there's going to be like a moment, or there's gonna be this like niggling feeling, or you're just gonna, I don't know, all of a sudden one day just wake up and be like, you know what, this person now gives me the ick, and I cannot continue putting myself in a situation with them anymore, where they're taking advantage of me, or where they're not respecting me, or where they're not treating me the way I deserve to be treated. And you don't have to struggle too much for it. Sometimes these things just happen. Like honestly, I just feel like sometimes you just wake up after your 25th birthday, with like a click in your mind, and you feel like your prefrontal cortex has been fully developed, and you, yeah, just feel like that there's a lot of things that you begin to let go of much easier, uh just because you feel like, oh my god, these things no longer align with me. And this is not to say that this is a message just for people below the age of 25. I feel like this could happen at any time. Like I said, you could suddenly wake up one day, or you could suddenly be having a conversation with someone one day and realize that, hey, this person actually is constantly showing me their red flags. This person is constantly doing things that don't align with my mind, body and soul, but I have still been around them for some reason. Maybe because they're a habit, maybe because we have history together, or whatever. But yeah, someday you're just gonna wake up and be like, ew, I have the ick. So yeah, that's basically what I see happening here. I feel like your future self, or your higher self, is basically just like letting you know that there's something happening in your life where those late night thoughts that you have, like you suddenly have those thoughts at like 3 a.m. where you just want to completely change your life around, and you want to be a better person, and like you want to start working out, and you want to start taking up classes. It's like that moment is going to happen in your life before 3 a.m. someday, and you're just going to take that as the sign that you needed to actually improve your life, and that's going to make all of the difference in your life. Okay, so at the moment, if you're struggling to let go of something or release something, or if you're wondering if you will ever be able to do that, well, just know that your higher self is letting you know that you will be able to do it, because your higher self has already done it, and they did that with the help of spirituality. So yeah, if you're wondering how you can help yourself through your spiritual practices, is a message that your higher self would like to give you. Let's get some more clarity on this. Let's just see at what point in life this higher self of yours is coming from. Okay, what have they achieved, what have they experienced? Let's just see where they are energetically. So we have Evas and we have Theresos. Okay, um this card, like the imagery on this card reminds me so much of COVID. uh okay, So I feel like your higher self has experienced something in their life where they basically had a realization. So you know how sometimes in movies or even in shows they show like someone's really going through it, so they just go into their washroom and they like splash water on their face, and then they just like look at their face and they just look at themselves in the mirror, you know. And it's like they're having this inner conflict, but at the same time they're trying to give themselves a pep talk. At the same time they're trying to like recognize who they are. At the same time they're trying to like see what they have become. You know, it depends on the context, honestly, that scene and what it means. But it honestly feels like your higher self went through a moment like that. They went through a moment where they really looked within, and they either didn't like what they see, or they couldn't recognize themselves, or they felt like, oh my god, I'm sleeping on my own potential, or I'm behaving out of character because I'm trying to people please, or I'm trying to fit into someone else's idea of perfect. Or you know, they're just maybe um suppressing their own authentic self, and they're done. They were just done. Yeah. And they realized that, you know, they were in a very toxic environment. They were in a situation which was definitely harmful to them, and they knew it, but for some reason they couldn't leave. Like I said, either because they wanted to people please their way, or you know, they just didn't know how to leave, or they didn't know what they wanted, or you know, they thought this is what they wanted but it's actually not. Or you know, they worked really hard to get here, but now they're realizing this is not what I wanted, you know. So like maybe you've reached towards, like you've worked towards a goal, okay, you've put in hard work, you've really been through the ringer to get to where you are in your life, but then when you get there you've realized that you don't really want that, like it doesn't resonate with you anymore, or like you've gotten there but at what cost, right? So I feel like your future self, or like your higher self, had that kind of like a aha moment, and had like an epiphany, and just realized that, you know, they might be looking into the mirror and seeing who's causing the problems in their life, but they're also seeing who can solve those problems in their life, if that makes sense. And with your bottom deck energy being Ingwas, I feel like, yeah, you've just, your higher self just like really learned to accept yourself, okay, your flaws and your light, your darkness and, you know, your light, your flaws and your strengths, and your divine masculine and your divine feminine, both of which exist within us. So yeah, you've really like stepped into your own, you have really become self-aware, you have become self-accepting, you have started to love yourself in a way that you have healed yourself from within, okay. And that's the energy with which your future self is coming through and giving you this advice. So I feel like they see you, they see the struggle that you've been through, they see maybe how difficult life is right now, and they get it because they've been there. But they literally want you to know that, you know, this environment, it's really toxic, okay. You're feeling this way, you're feeling uncomfortable, you're feeling agitated and hopeless and just restless because there's a part of you that knows that this is a toxic environment. And you know, a lot of times we leave situations, you know, when we listen to our intuition, we leave situations only to realize that our intuition was guiding us towards the right place, because that place was so much more toxic than we ever thought it to be, or that person was or that person or that thing was actually toxic, which is why our intuition was telling us to leave. So I read this really interesting quote a couple of days ago, which says, if your intuition is telling you to do it, just do it. In that moment, it's not the right time for you to logically and practically think about why your intuition is telling you to do that thing. It's not the perfect time, it's not the right time for you to rationalize that intuition. In that moment, what you have to do is just follow through your intuition, because once you get out of that situation, you will see the situation from a higher perspective, because you're no longer emotionally attached, because you're no longer in that state, which gives you more clarity, and that makes you realize that your intuition was right. Like the reasons, the answers as to why your intuition is guiding you towards some place will come to you once you leave that place. Okay, so if your body, if your mind, if your soul is literally telling you to just get out of a toxic relationship or toxic situation, do not sit there and wonder where this feeling is coming from. I mean, of course, there is the need for you to be discerning enough to know whether this is your anxiety speaking or your intuition. But once you know it is your intuition, then you just have to listen to it. Okay, I think it's Kino Tarot or it's either Iso Tarot, one of them, that says anxiety screams, intuition whispers. And they're right, they're absolutely right. Your anxiety is going to stem from a place of fear, from a place of what if this happens, or what if that doesn't happen, or what if, what if. But your intuition is just going to be like, you know what, this just doesn't feel right, let's just leave right now. We'll think about it later, and like, yeah, there's, I don't know, the vibes are off, let's just leave. Okay, so like, yeah, vibes are for real. Absolutely listen to your gut and your intuition, because they understand the vibes much better than we do. So yeah, I feel like your higher self has honestly just like seen and understood why this situation felt limiting to you, why it felt like it was keeping you trapped or stuck or just in a box or caged. And your higher self is just letting you know to trust your intuition and to just leave behind the situation, because there is a level of self acceptance, there is a level of self love, there is a energy of you really knowing who you are, self awareness as well, um that has really become of you, and that energy is guiding you through obstacles and challenging situations, and that's what you've basically gotten out of your spiritual growth. So yeah, I mean, your higher self is also just like honestly just asking you to trust it. If nothing else, let's just get some more information. I just want to know how you're feeling about this whole situation right now. Like, what is your current energy? Let's see. So we have trust. Yeah, I mean, what was I saying? Just like trust them. Yeah, trust and sadness. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that sums up everything that I was saying so far. Like, your higher self sees that you are sad, they see that you are um upset, that you wish you could leave, you feel just stuck, and you feel helpless and restless and agitated, you feel like there's nothing you can do. But honestly, they want you to know that you are a very, very passionate person. They want you to know that you are amazing and beautiful and passionate, and you know what you want. If you would just trust your intuition, if you would just trust your higher self and listen to your body, listen to your gut, it will lead you to your passion. Okay, and once you just follow your passion, you will be able to find happiness, you will be able to find relief from sadness, you will be able to find release from this sadness. Okay, relief from grief and release from sadness, and you'll also be able to release the things that you maybe currently feel have a hold on you, and you wish they didn't, right? So yeah, I mean, you are destined to release these things. You're not destined to stay stuck and trapped for the rest of your life. You deserve freedom. You deserve, yeah, you deserve, you know, authority and power over your own life, over your own self. And you can get that if you only trust yourself, your intuition, and your higher self, and know that you will not be stuck in this energy of grief and sadness forever. Okay, it's almost like your higher self wants you to look into the mirror and see your own potential, because they're living your true potential, they're living your greatest potential, right? Considering they're your higher self, considering they're your future self. So yeah, they just want you to trust yourself. And maybe at the moment it feels like you're lost because you don't know what to do and you wish someone else would just come and give you the answers. Honestly, your higher self is just letting you know that you have all of the answers within you. It's reminding me of like this astrologer that I once saw. They were reading my natal chart, and like the first thing, like they were looking at my natal chart and then they looked at me. They were looking at it in silence. Okay, so then they didn't say anything, they didn't react to anything, so I had no idea what was going on in their head. And then they just looked at me with like a smile on their face, and they were like, you know, you seem like someone who would create problems in your own life, but you're also someone who is capable of solving those problems. So, you know, everything is very internalized for you. You create your own problems and then you solve them yourselves. And nobody has said anything truer about me to me ever before. And it really resonated because yeah, that is basically what I'm like as a person. I would like to believe that I am healing and changing and developing into someone who doesn't unnecessarily creates problems for myself anymore. um you know, so I have been trying to curb my anxiety and, you know, just my um like default setting of overthinking, over analyzing, and jumping to conclusions. And it has been helping, to be very honest. And there's a lot of things that I have done spiritually, specifically, to help me, meditation being one of them. I mean, meditation has truly changed my life. I say this every time the topic of meditation comes up in any of my readings, but that's just because like meditation has truly changed my life. So yeah, I mean, even if meditation is not for you, it doesn't matter. Honestly, self realization can come in so many forms. Okay, advice for you, like personal advice for you from me, not even from the cards, is, you know, if you want to become more self aware, start maintaining a journal. Okay, just start writing, and don't worry about grammar, don't worry about spellings, don't worry about whether what you're writing is making sense or not, don't worry about your handwriting, don't worry about what someone is going to think about it if that diary is ever read by someone else in the future. Like, don't worry about these things. Just like in the moment, whatever you feel like you want to write, just like, you know, mind dump. Okay, just like word vomit into a journal. And that's honestly sometimes, you know, the best way to come up with solutions, because like our solutions are right there, and like we know what we want to do, we know what we're being drawn to do. But for some reason, you know, we're just so confused because yeah, we think about so many things, we put so much unnecessary pressure on ourselves that, and a seemingly simple answer which is right under our nose just gets ignored by us because we're thinking about like 10 other things that are surrounding it. What we should be doing in the moment should just be to, like, you know, be a horse with blinders and focus on the solution that's right in front of us. But sometimes we don't do that. So sorry about that. My camera just cut off. But yeah, like I was saying, I also saw a podcast. And yes, I saw it. I don't like listening to stuff because I'm a very visual person. So yeah, I prefer watching my podcasts. So yeah, I was watching it, and this girl was basically saying how like therapy like mainstream therapy didn't really work for her, and also she felt like, it was a little bit too expensive and she wasn't able to afford it at the moment, which is a valid issue, which I really hope, you know governments and countries really like pay attention to and like do something about it and like make it more easily accessible. But that's a different story. But yeah, so basically she was just saying that, for a couple of reasons she wasn't able to continue, like, conventional forms of therapy. So what she started doing was just writing in a journal, and when she was done writing, the thing, she would put that write up on chat gpt and basically ask what is the author trying to say, or what is the author experiencing at the moment. And chat gpt would basically tell you like, oh, the author seems like, they're feeling stuck, or they're feeling restricted, but they haven't lost hope. They still sound hopeful, so something of that sort. um yeah, so maybe that, if that works for you, you can do that. Honestly, if you feel like your journal or your diary is going to fall into the wrong hands, you can honestly just like write whatever you want to on a piece of paper, and then once you're done with it, once you've read it, you can just tear it up and throw it into the dustbin. You can make a folder on your laptop or your ipad or even your phone that is password protected, and you can do your journal entries there as well. But yeah, I feel like journaling and meditation are two things that I absolutely love, and that have helped me a lot in my own personal spiritual journey. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents about what you can do or how you can go about maybe becoming more self-aware, or maybe becoming more self-accepting. But of course, if this means, if this clarity can only be achieved through, talking to a professional, going to a therapist, then by all means please do that, because there is no shame, there is no you shouldn't feel guilty about needing help. I mean, if you were sick, you would go to a doctor and not feel guilty about it, right? That would have been your automatic course of action, going to a doctor if you were sick. So why do we feel so guilty about going to a therapist? They are essentially doctors and they help us. So yeah, and mental health is really important, you guys. I'm also saying this from like personal experience, because there was a point in my life where my mental health was so bad that it was manifesting itself physically and giving me like physical symptoms, and I was falling sick a lot. I was really weak. My immune system was so down, like it, I would fall sick pretty much every single day. And yeah, it was not fun. So yeah, I mean, don't let your mental health get so bad that it comes down to it ruining your physical health as well. So pay attention to your mental health for sure. Um and yeah, I mean, get the help that you need, whether it is by going to a reiki healer or a therapist or an actual doctor, or even talking to a professional, or talking to um, a loved one who you trust. Can help. It is really cathartic, female friendships, just like venting, is also very cathartic. I'm only laughing because, like, if you've experienced that, it works. Okay, if you've experienced just like venting to your girl group, then yeah, you know how cathartic it is. You know how that sometimes helps better than anything else, to be honest. So yeah, if that's what you need to do, do it. Yeah. And if you feel like you don't have like female friends or like people in your life that you can trust, just like leave a comment, just like went in the comments. And like my community, I'm really proud of you guys. You're all really nice to each other. Everyone's always very respectful in the comment section towards me and towards each other as well. So yeah, I mean, if you want to use the comment section of this video to vent, go ahead and do that. And yeah, just whatever it makes you, just do whatever it helps that to make you feel like there's a burden that's been lifted off of your shoulders. Honestly, do that. Okay. Yeah, any kind of healthy coping mechanism at this point should be welcomed and should be something that you really need to look into. Okay. So that's what I can see here. Let's get you some tarot cards as well. I don't really want to end your reading at the moment. I feel like I still have uh some energy left in me, and I also feel like your higher self would now like to take over. So let's just continue. Let's get some more information about what your higher self would like you to know. Okay, like let's get a glimpse of your future. So we have the sun. uh Such beautiful energy, and we have the six of wands. Ooh, okay. Okay. Bottom deck energy is the nine of pentacles. Yeah, I was hoping to get another card. We'll just take this card. Okay. Okay. So I feel like your higher self, I mean, while I was shuffling, like right towards the end, I just wanted to know if they can share any sort of good news with you, like any sort of like hope, like a message of hope to you, like something for you to look forward to in your life. And these are the cards that came out. I mean, the sun came out first up, which is just amazing because it feels like there is hope, there is bliss, there is fun, there is happiness in the future for you. And you absolutely deserve it. And I feel like your higher self wants you to know that, like, after this, like, storm, the rainbow that comes out is basically the sun card, happiness, success, feeling blissful, feeling joy, feeling happy, feeling content, feeling self-sufficient. Okay, feeling abundant, feeling like you've made it, feeling like you did this all on your own. So there's also a feeling of pride here. um and there's also support. There's a lot of support. I feel like this journey is either helping you meet your soul family, meet your soul mates, or it's bringing you in alignment with people that align with you. Okay, it's bringing you in alignment with people who genuinely want you to do well in your life, who genuinely wish well for you. And that's a big thing. That's a big thing. So I do feel like there's a lot of fun, a lot of enjoyment, a lot of support, and also a lot of independence, like a sense of independence, a sense of authority, a sense of just power over your own life that you're going to be experiencing in the future, that your higher self is already experiencing. So yeah, they're giving you a sneak peek into your future. Okay, let's just get one more card. I just want to see, like, now that you know that this is what your higher self has to say to you, let's just see how your higher self maybe gets in touch with you in real life, or, like, post watching this video. How will your higher self let you know that you're on the right path? Okay, like, how will you receive signs from your higher self? So we have your channel. Okay, your intuition. That's a big thing that's coming through. Your intuition, honestly, your higher self is speaking to you through your intuition. Your bottom deck energy is confidence. So yeah, when you feel like there's something you want to say with confidence, when there's just this energy of confidence within you, know that that is the push and the nudge that your higher self is giving you, that your intuition is giving you, to let you know that you're on the right path. Okay, so, like, honestly, if you ever want help or guidance from your higher self, all you have to do is just channel them. Okay, you have to channel them, you have to channel your higher self. This could mean a couple of different things. Okay, there's a different couple ways that you could do this. First things first, is, listening to your intuition. First of all, very obvious. Secondly, through meditation, suppose you receive a message Okay, when you're dreaming, if you receive a message, if just intuitively feel drawn to something, like you're watching something, say on somebody's YouTube channel, and their content or their energy or something that they're talking about resonates with you, just know that that's all coming to you as a message from your higher self. Okay, when there is a sudden urge, this sudden energy of confidence that you don't know where this confidence is coming from, but it's coming from somewhere, and it's making you feel like you can do something or you can say something, obviously do that thing, but then know that that nudge, that push, that confidence that you feel like has come out of nowhere is actually sent to you from your higher self, so you can be on your aligned path, so you can go forward on your aligned path. That is a message that's coming through. Let's just get a self-care activity that you can indulge in. Okay, when life gets a little bit tough, when life gets a little bit difficult, let's just see what your higher self wants you to indulge in. What self-care activity does your higher self want you to indulge in? Okay, clear your energy field. Yeah. Uh-huh. Sage your house, cleanse your body. Honestly, yeah, a lot of times a good shower gives you the clarity that you need. Just like burning some incense and just like taking it around your house also helps. Bottom deck energy is also connect with crystals, so if there's a particular crystal that's calling out for you, or you feel drawn to a particular crystal, then definitely pay attention to that, and maybe invest in that crystal, try to wear it, or try to find out what that crystal means, because a lot of times you can also channel that crystal's energy into your life once you know what it means. So yeah, that is something that I'm seeing here. Clearing your energy field sometimes also refers to literally clearing your field. Okay, so like cleaning your house, dusting your room, changing your sheets, not wearing a particular piece of clothing for too long without washing it. Sometimes we have like a comfy t-shirt, a comfy oversized t-shirt, that's our comfort outfit, and like we wear it and it feels like a warm hug, it feels like home. But sometimes we wear it too long, and our belongings also pick up on our energy, and they radiate energy of their own as well. So yeah, just like cleansing them, if you have a water bottle, cleaning your water bottle, um clearing out your closet space even could be helpful. But this could also literally mean clearing your energy field in the sense that if there are people around you that bring you down on purpose, or that make you sad, or that make you feel like you're less than, or that make you feel like you can't do anything on your own and that you have to depend on them, anybody that makes you feel like you have to be codependent on them in order to survive, maybe trying to distance yourself from them if you can't completely cut them off. Because yeah, sometimes cutting someone out of your life is easier said than done, but like yeah, even if you can distance yourself from them for a while or as much as you possibly can, that might also help. Um so yeah, that's also a message that's coming through. I want to get one last card for you, and then I will let you all go, I promise. I just want your higher self to give you an affirmation that you can maybe read or write and like post it somewhere on your mirror, so that's the first thing that you see in the morning. Let's see an affirmation that can really help you, please. What's an affirmation that can really help you? We have new moon. I harness the energy of the new moon to set fresh intentions. Funny that this card should come out on the day that I'm filming this reading. It is a new moon. It's a new moon in Gemini today when I'm filming this reading for you. You're gonna probably see it by the time the full moon comes around, but today there's a new moon in Gemini, the day I'm filming this reading. um and yeah, I mean, the message here could be to like set intentions on new moon. So, doing like a new moon ritual might help. And this ties in perfectly with your spirituality card, your spiritual growth part, where, yeah, I mean, your spiritual journey could honestly just be strengthened by indulging in a little bit of witchcraft as well. And yeah, so doing new moon, full moon rituals might help. um but new moon specifically, yeah, so setting intentions on a new moon is something that I find quite helpful. That's one of the new moon rituals that I do. Like, new moons are usually when I set new intentions, and full moons are when I release things that no longer are aligned with my energy. But honestly, you do what's best for you. If you want to do a letting go ritual on a new moon, you can do that. Honestly, that's the best part about witchcraft. There are no rules. You can make your own rules based on what feels authentic and comfortable and, aligned with you. So yeah, setting intentions on a new moon is something that can help. um New moon also like reminds me of like the moon cycle. So like, yeah, maybe paying attention to your own menstrual cycle if you experience one. Maybe trying to regulate that. Or just like, honoring your menstrual cycle is also something that could be helpful here. Yeah. Yeah. So it wasn't really an affirmation, but like, I guess the message here is that with every new moon, you can find an affirmation that resonates with you based on what you are trying to leave behind, or maybe inculcate in your life. And based on that, you can create your own affirmations and set those intentions with the new moon. So yeah, it honestly feels like your higher self is here to guide you and protect you and let you know that everything is going to be okay, but they're not here to spoon feed you. Okay, it almost feels like they kind of want you to figure stuff out for your own, because you can, because you already have. Yeah, because you might be the kind of person who doesn't like being told what to do. And I mean, same, I also don't like being told what to do. This like, this energy where like, uh you want to do something and you begin doing it. Like, say you're like, oh, the sink is full of dirty dishes, let me go and wash them. So you go and you wash the dishes, or you're on your way from your room to the kitchen to wash the dishes, and then someone that lives with you say, oh, hey, can you wash the dishes? And you're just like, I was just going to do that, but now because you've told me to do it, I don't want to do it. So I feel like that's the kind of person you are, which is okay, which is fine. We've all been there, we're all like that. So yeah, your higher self sees that, and your higher self, for that reason, doesn't want to exactly tell you what to do. They just want you to know that you are supported, you are seen, you are being heard, your prayers are being heard, your manifestations are being, you know um worked on. And yeah, there's just a lot of support for you to get there, but you have to get there yourself. Yeah. Yeah, there is hand holding, but there's no spoon feeding here that your higher self wants to do. So yeah, I mean, it's okay, fair enough, right? Like, sometimes guidance and just a message of hope is all we need sometimes. So on that note, I hope that this reading helped you. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. I am filming this with my mic, but if you were still able to hear kids screaming in the background, I'm really sorry. There's summer vacations going on where I live, and like, the kids are out constantly and they're always playing outside my house. So yeah, there's nothing that I can really do about it. I'm really sorry. I hope you were able to ignore it if they were too loud, but yeah. With that being said, let's end your reading. Let me know what you thought about this reading. Give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave me a nice comment. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.